Yeah.
Right, are we recording?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's go. So, it's been a little while since our last episode. So just life got in the way, I suppose.
What are we on now?
We're in March now.
Oh, what episode?
5.
I thought this was only 4. It's that long.
Is it 5?
Oh, I'm sure it's only 4.
Could be 4.
Whatever.
4 or 5.
We've been doing it that long, and for that we've lost count.
It is. You're right. It's 4. We're doing November, December, January, and we
Yeah.
haven't done February, have we?
No.
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 We missed a month.
But like Lauren said, life has kind of got in the way a little bit.
Yeah. Just get busy doing things.
Yeah. Things.
Obviously, you're baking a lot.
Well, it's quite a week this week, though.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. The cafe that I supply into, they've got a bit of a glut of bread because they had a bit of a slow week. So.
Right.
And
is that a good thing? Do
it
you feel
is,
like
yeah.
a bit of relief that you're not like having to
I did,
get up at 4 every morning to do 50 loaves?
Yeah, I did. I think it was Thursday, Friday, Saturday last week. I was up at 4 every day. I did 60 loaves over the 3 days, plus a load of baguettes and whatever else I wanted to eat.
Yeah.
So it was, to say I was bollocks on Saturday is an understatement.
And you got to train.
And I had to
You got
train.
some coach slave driving you to do hours on the bike as well.
3 hours today, 3 hours tomorrow. To be fair, I was quite surprised at how well I went on Sunday. I felt good.
Yeah.
Considering it was all outside as well.
Good. It's that extra strength and conditioning that you've been doing as
be,
well,
yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
Flexibility.
Yeah.
Doing the splits yet?
Not quite. No. Yeah.
Close.
Give me a week or so. No, but yeah, life in general has just been quite busy, hasn't it?
It has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you still hitting your KPIs?
Still hitting my KPIs,
Good
yeah.
man.
So yeah, my target of 20 a week is still good. So
Yeah.
might have to increase that now that I've booked a ski holiday.
Yeah.
Maybe up to
Well, you're 14,000 new customers at the
Oh.
PL.
potentially, yeah. We'll see how that goes tomorrow. So we have decided to do a topic today because I know that from feedback that we've had, although people have enjoyed the organicness of our conversations and the easy listening, people wanted to kind of have a topic per podcast, for example, whether that's related to a guest that we bring in or the conversation that we have together. So a little bit last minute, if I'm honest. I was kind of scrambling this morning.
I think it will still be organic then,
Well, yeah,
to a certain degree.
around the topic,
right,
the specific topic. So our topic today is going to be self-sabotage, specifically for people who are in their middle age. So we've had a little look on Google because that is as good a source of any for information.
Dr. Google.
Unless you Dr. Google yourself, because then it generally says that you're going to die.
Yeah.
So I try not to do that. So we've looked on Google and we're going to use the page that came up on Google to segment the little topic that we can talk about today. And what we're going to try to do organically is discuss how each of those areas has potentially affected us and how we've either recognised it, not recognised it until it's been too late, or potentially been able to overcome those factors as well.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So, do you want to start with the first topic that we're going to... Oh, that's good.
I suppose that before we start on that, what it would... as perhaps for the listeners, have you ever experienced? What's your experience of self-sabotage in your own life, or what do you think? Where do I start?
Well, I reckon pretty much on a daily basis, I'm aware of self-sabotage.
Yeah.
A good example would be something that happened this morning whilst you were setting up. In that, I've spoken to you before about how, like I said, I've got that sort of KPI target of 20 hours a week in terms of hands-on treatment that I'm doing. And what I do is I segment my diary to allow me to have availability for at least 20 hours a week. There's probably availability for about 35 hours within that time that I have free. And then around that, I block off my personal time. So the times that I'm going to be able to eat, the times that I want to go to the gym, and then depending on what's happening week to week, different things like that may be going on with the kids groups, etc., and things like that, pickups and things. But a prime example, as I said, a client phoned up this morning to request an appointment, and my diary's full today, and he then said that potentially could do Friday morning, of which my diary was full or as full as I wanted it to be, so that I could then go to the gym and then get back home, eat my dinner, etc., etc. But I looked at my diary. Because he was on the phone, I've basically taken an hour out of my gym time to see the client. So essentially I've sabotaged that session.
Yeah.
But like you said, some exciting news is that I've booked a family ski holiday, and that's not cheap. So my 20-hour target is probably going to increase a little bit over the next few months to try and make back the deficit of money spent on ski holiday. Yeah. So actually doing that is going to help me at the same time as potentially hinder me in terms of my gym
but I think that's
usage.
That's kind of life though, isn't it, right? Because things are not static, and you've got to earn money to pay for all the things that you want to do. So
this is true.
It's a bit of give and take, I think.
Yeah.
So, don't be too hard on yourself.
Another example that I can definitely say is 100% self-sabotage is my social media.
I was just thinking that. Not about yours, about mine, but I'm sure it's the same. I'm sure it's the same thing.
So we've obviously discussed our ambitions to become influencers on social media, and have talked about how we, sometimes intend to do more posting to see if that's working, those sort of things.
Yeah.
And I definitely self-sabotage by, I'll record a video, for example, and I'll watch that video back and I'll go, no way I'm putting that into the public eye, and I'll delete it, and then I'll end up not doing a video about the thing that I wanted to post about, and then it just doesn't happen, basically.
Yeah, I think that's one of the common behaviours on here, on that Google has come up with, which is procrastination. And I know, even though I like to think that I don't, I know that I do.
Yeah.
And social media is a prime example of that, because I sit there, I block it out in my diary. I even block it out in my diary.
Do you?
And I put, an hour on social media, and I think about what I want to do, and then I don't do it because it's hard.
Is it hard, or is it that your perception of it is that? So one of the other topics here is, what is it, perfectionism or something? Perfectionism is that you want it to look a certain way, and then when it doesn't look that way, you kind of like, I can't put that out. It's not how I wanted it.
Yes and no. I think I'm not as much of a perfectionist as I used to be.
Okay.
And I know that it's better to get it out there rather than sit there and editing a video for hours and hours. So I have been known just to record something and put it out there. But I think it's part of it is getting into the habit of doing that.
Yeah. On that basis, then, of recording something and putting out there, when do you get feedback from that in terms of likes on the videos or comments on the videos? And is your perception of what comes back what you wanted, or sometimes you're like, maybe if I'd done it differently, I would have had a different response?
No, because I think I understand enough that, particularly from a social media point of view, is you can't hang on to the number of likes, and I tend not to really look at it. Oh yes, it's nice.
Yeah.
Like getting 50 likes or 1,000 views, or 20,000 views. It's your viral video. But then at the same time, I'm not really that bothered. It's nice to see lots of people liking your things, but I don't really look if I'm honest.
Because I think like this is quite a good one to get a bit broader with. I think with the social media is that I definitely have. My parents have always said that I'm an introverted extrovert.
Okay.
And so that viral video that we talked about. So I did a video a couple of weeks ago where basically my old ski boots had cracked and crumbled, and I'd ordered my new ones. My new ones came in the post. I did a bit of an unboxing of the things, and for some reason, I have no idea why, it's had over 20,000 views.
Yeah.
Which is completely abnormal for my page.
Yeah.
I think the most views that I've had before that is somewhere close to maybe 2,000.
Right.
So it's like obviously tenfold that. And having done that, I think I messaged you and said, I do like the fact I feel a little bit famous. And it's like a bizarre kind of feeling that 20,000 people have watched your video.
Yeah.
And I got a lot of likes. It was like over 100 likes, I think, on the video. And it kind of like, I didn't really do anything different on that video to what I've done in other videos. One, my question was like, well, why has that all of a sudden like blown up? Yeah. What's the reason?
People watch shit.
Literally. Yeah, exactly. And then but then kind of like a frustration of, well, why don't all my other videos do that? Like, why don't they get those views? And again, so I've sort of self-sabotaged off the back of that. When I did that video, I posted straight away again the next day because I was like, this could be it. I could be on a roll here if the next one gets a load of views. And I posted the next one, it got about 600 views. I was like, I don't know what the model is to be getting all these views or what content I should be posting. Yeah. I'll just haven't bothered since. But obviously, it's a thing. I think you've just got to keep going and going until you find what works.
Yeah.
And off the back of that, I had more people follow me. Again, not comparable to the number of views, not as many as maybe like you'd think. Oh, I'll follow that page.
Yeah.
So I think off the 20,000 views, I got maybe 15 or 16 extra followers, something like that. But obviously, if you post, and every now and again you get one post that goes bigger, and you can organically grow your following. I think it's definitely something that could happen. But again, we'll always find, or I certainly will always find, a reason why I don't post it, because I think the video's shit, or I look like a knob, or I sound crap. Or two, I'll just be, a situation where I think, this could make a really good video. I'll be too embarrassed to record it. Like I wouldn't want to get my camera and tripod out in the gym, for example, like some people do.
Yeah.
And so then it's like kind of, you're more sort of battling with yourself, is that I'd quite like to have more of a social media presence, but I'm not doing the things that I need to do it because I feel embarrassed about doing them. Do you know what I mean?
So you got this goal to be an influencer.
I just think it would be nice. It's almost the kind of case that we watch people who are influencers every day. Everyone does on their phone.
Yeah.
And for me, again, it's that kind of thing. It's like, I don't feel that they're doing anything specifically different to what I do, like their daily life, but they just have the balls to record it and put it out there all the time. But then,
is it the balls to do that, or is it just because so for me, and I think this is the same for you, in terms of the purpose of social media, we get out there and it's serving a purpose to generate potentially a little bit more business. People get to know you, people get to know the podcast, people get to know what you do for your sports therapy, people get to know about the bakery. So we know all these good things, and we know what we need to do to get out there, because we've read the books, we've watched Gary Vaynerchuk and X, Y, and Z on social media.
Yeah.
But we don't do it, or we do it for a period and then
it's very hit and miss.
And so I think, certainly for me, it's not that it's hard, but it's hard to get into the habit of doing it.
Yeah.
And then layer on top of that, the fact that you want to be producing some good content or a good video, or you don't like the way you look, it then, that compounds the habit building, because it's another thing, another barrier that you need to break down or get over, another hurdle to get over to then post that video. Whereas if you thought about it less, or if we thought about it less and we just sat down and did it, because that's all it is, sitting down doing it. I could post 20.
Well, that's it. Like, I find this a lot easier. I think, again, because it's because there's someone else doing it with you, it's almost easier to do than, like, if I tried to sit down and record my own podcast, I'd find it really difficult, because you just got to, like, it's just you and your own thoughts. Whereas when it's a conversation, it's just a lot easier to do.
Yeah. When I've done stuff on the YouTube channel, it's not that I've had to prepare it quite a lot and almost have a conversation with myself.
Okay.
But I think the good thing about this is, because we're doing it together, I almost feel a little bit of pressure. Like, when I go home and, like, have to put it, do the YouTube thing and then send you the audio, or I haven't done it for 5 days. And, how's the audio coming out? You almost feel that, because there's somebody you're responsible for somebody else. So that that's a good thing. Whereas it's not just you. And that whole procrastination thing, or that whole perfectionism thing, you kind of have to put that to one side a little bit. I think. Yeah,
definitely.
But I think you almost have to put that. I put it to one side, and a lot of the time, and it's just bish bash bosh and try and get it out as quickly as possible. Because at the end of the day, we haven't got an audience of 25,000 people. I mean, we're getting there.
Not yet.
We're getting there but it doesn't, at this early stage anyway, or when you're trying to build something, it doesn't need to be perfect.
Well, I can't remember who I was speaking to, someone in the gym, and they were saying about how one of the guys now who's, like, in the top 10 global podcasters in terms of views, he did something like 200 episodes before he started to get, like, a real big following.
Fucking hell, it's going to take a long time.
We've got a bit of a way to go. If we're doing one a month, this is a few years. We might have to up the number of episodes we're doing.
But you look at these people that, they say they were doing a video a week for so many years. But it's literally grinding away, and but the number of views, the number of people, it's slowly ticking up because they're being consistent with it. And I think that's social media. You need to be consistent with, or more consistent than we are. With it. So I've been doing a bit of what's the word? Outreach or canvassing for the bakery. To find some new, bigger customers. And so what I did was I used ChatGPT. And got myself a couple of email messages. One introducing myself, and then I'd include a picture of the loaves of bread that I've been baking as an example. And so I'd sent it out to, 50 or so establishments and businesses. And one guy emailed me back and said, it wasn't going to work out for him, but can I just give you a bit of advice? The picture that you sent me, the bread looks great, but I can see you're washing in the background.
Right.
And it doesn't give off the right message. When I got the picture together, and when I did the email, so I was in I was in a bit of a flow, and this is what I set out some. So this is what I'm going to do. Going to use ChatGPT. Got the email together. Going to find a picture. Got the picture together. It did cross my mind that you could see my washing in the background, but I thought, do you know what?
I'm just going to
get it out there. So that's what I did, and he sent me one back, and I kind of felt a little bit embarrassed, if I'm honest. And I kind of thought, do you know what? He has got a point. But then I kind of thought, who gives a shit? Really, he's the only person, and perhaps other people have mentioned it. And yes, I have changed it because he's got a fair point. But I was pleased with myself because I still got those 50 emails out, and I got a couple of little nibbles from it that I'm investigating. So, yes, it might send the wrong message, but I'm not selling the washing in the background. I'm selling my loaves of bread. And that, I think that's the whole point about perfectionism and procrastination. It doesn't need to be perfect.
Yeah.
You just need to get out and do it. And that's with anything, really.
Yeah.
In my opinion. But it is harder. It's easier to talk about it.
Yeah,
a lot
for
harder
sure.
to do.
And I think, again, for obviously we've got listeners that are quite into their health and fitness and those sort of things, or potentially haven't been before, or are maybe looking to get healthier and fitter. And that's definitely something that from my own experience is something that you just have to do. Like if you're looking to try and get fitter, just go and do it. And like you said, it doesn't have to be perfect. You know, like some people get really hung up on the couch to 5K thing because it like gives them a plan, and they're like, okay, from week 1, and that's great to have a plan in terms of where you want to get to. But then the problem with that is if people have got this idea of what it should look like on paper, miss a couple of sessions, they're like, I failed, I can't do it, and they'll stop, or they won't start again, and so it's like you say, in that respect, it's kind of getting out there and just accept that, you know, what it looks like on paper 99% of the time is never going to be what it looks like in real life, because it just can't be. But if you're kind of prepared to deal with that and just do it as best you can, then, as you say, doing something is always 100% better than doing nothing. And that's again how you can build those habits of.
And I think that, you know, that's the thing. It's a habit that you've got to build, and if you have one setback, if you miss a couple of sessions or whatever, the key is just to get back on it and try again. Because I think what people forget is that you spend a lifetime. You know, say we're in our 40s now, and we spent 40 years doing nothing in terms of exercise. You can't then expect to, you know, run a marathon in the next 10 weeks, or, you know, because your body's not conditioned to do that. You've got to get into the habit of training. And it's the same with weight loss. You know, you might spend 40 years getting up to 20 stone. You're not going to lose 10 stone overnight.
No.
You know, it's going to take a long time, a lot of hard work. And so I think going through any sort of change at this point in life, whether it's changing a career, increasing your fitness, losing weight, they're things that will take time. And the point about self-sabotage, you know, procrastination, trying to make sure things are perfect, whether it's a perfect situation or the perfect time to do something, there never is a perfect time.
No.
And no matter how much you plan, something will always get in the way of that plan. And the key is just to get back and try again. So
I'll be posting a social media post today.
You and me both.
I'll be on it. A video, and it'll be out, and I've taken a couple of pictures of our setup today, because I've done nothing other than I set the page up for our social media for this podcast. I'll follow it too.
We got 2 followers.
But we've done nothing with it.
Yeah.
And again, it's just life gets in the way. It's a time thing, and you prioritise, don't you? And it's not a priority, but it is also something that in the background would be quite nice if it, you know, grew a little bit more. But if we do nothing, then nothing's going to happen. So we'll get onto that. And
I'll give an example, just because one of the points on here is about substance abuse.
Okay.
As being a form of self-sabotage. I think people, I would say we were of a drinking generation, alcohol that is.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Whereas kids these days, or perhaps the generation just before, but like our kids and the bits in between, they definitely don't drink as much, and they're a lot more health conscious than we are. And I've always said to you, look, I'm not an alcoholic, but I struggle with habitual and addictive thoughts and tendencies. So I either don't drink or I drink a lot. I either don't train, it doesn't happen, or I train a lot.
Yeah.
But the whole training thing, I train a lot anyway, you know.
Yeah.
And that's become a habit. So for me at the minute, I know that I'm in a particular, over the years, I drink at home, and that kind of is normalised for me. I don't drink as much as I used to, but I still drink at home. So what I'm trying to do at the minute, not that I probably drink more than I should, but what I'm trying to break the habit of is having a drink in the house.
Okay.
Because I know that I would just like to not drink in the house. Like,
yeah.
It affects me, and I can still
Would it be simple as, because who does the shopping?
do it online.
Okay.
We don't buy it in the house.
Okay.
No, I don't buy it in the house. Because for a long time I've known if I've got beer in the house, I'll drink it.
Yeah.
It's a bit weird because if I've got wine in the house, I won't drink it.
Right.
Cause I've always found it's a bit of a commitment because Gemma doesn't drink.
It's like a big bottle, isn't it?
Yeah. Which I could quite easily drink, but so I don't buy beer in the house and keep it in the house because I'll drink it.
Okay.
So that was a good step.
Yeah.
Now, like if I want to drink, I have to drive to the shop, which is fine. But I still feel I feel too comfortable drinking in the house, which means then I drink more.
Okay.
Whereas I kind of think if we go back to how it was back in the day, where you would go out and you would have a drink and not really drink in the house.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get back to that and see it more as a
social
thing, rather than it's okay to drink in the house. And I think a lot of people, I think a lot of people would relate to that because supermarkets make it so cheap that you know. In fact, I went to the shop the other day and all I wanted was 4, maybe 5 cans, but it was cheaper. It would only cost me £1 extra to get 10 cans.
Yeah.
And in my head, I was thinking, well, I'm sure I can.
Yeah.
You know, do it. But no, I drank all 10 cans. Not on the night.
In one go.
But over a period of 2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
Which that meant that I wasn't hungover or anything. But as I've got older, you can tell the impact of alcohol.
Yeah, definitely.
It has either on your training or your mood or whatever. And so, you know, it was an extra £1. In my accountant brain, I was like, just pay the extra £1, you're going to get 10 extra, like 4 extra cans or whatever.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Makes sense, right? But, you know, that's my thing that...
Said the little devil on the shoulder.
I think that is my self-sabotage.
Yeah.
And, you know, but then off the back of that, when I drink, I procrastinate more.
Okay.
Because I might be feeling less motivated the next day because I'm like a little bit groggy or whatever. So it's a vicious circle, I think. Yeah. And I think for people our age of a drinking generation, it's a massive problem.
Yeah, I can relate to that. I mean, I don't drink at home, but even I've been tempted, just even in the last few weeks, because we had quite a big sort of family gathering at Christmas, and we've got quite a bit of beer left over from Christmas. But basically what I've done to stop me from drinking it is so it was in a fridge, so I've turned the fridge off,
right?
Because I don't like warm beer.
Yeah.
So then it's like, for the time that I think, I'd like a beer, if I had to turn the fridge on and wait for it to get cold, by that time, like, I don't need it.
Put it in the freezer.
It's kind of gone. No. But that's it. So I'm like, I've been thinking, you know what I could really do with a beer? The fridge is turned off, it'll take too long. And by the time, I think, it's going to take however long for it to be cold, I know that the thought of wanting a beer would have passed by then anyway. So that's like my little sort of thing that I've done, is just make sure, because if I went out there and I turned that fridge on now, I know that by the weekend I would have thought, I'll have a beer with dinner or something. Just because it's just convenient, it's there. Why not? So I think there's little tricks that you can do to stop yourself. But, you know, it might be a thing that when you think, I'm going to drive to the shop to get some beers, instead of buying beers, buy something else. Make that your mission. So go, right, I'm going out to buy beers. This is how much I'd spend on beers, and then walk around the shop and buy something else that's healthier. for the same amount of money.
I tried this. I'm going to get a cake instead. But I don't want to eat a cake. Well, I do want to eat a cake.
Yeah.
But
then your head goes, that's also not healthy.
That's also not healthy.
Fruit. You just have to get more fruit for the family.
I went through a little phase where I was doing exactly that, and it's okay, I'm not having a beer, so I'll eat a packet of biscuits, or I'll eat like a whole cheesecake, which is just as bad. Yeah. Well, perhaps not quite as bad, but the health implications, or certainly things that I try to do in my life, it just doesn't fit with it.
So here's an interesting question. What do you think it is that drives you to want to do that? Like knowing that it's self-sabotage to go out and buy those beers, or even try to substitute it for a cake. What's the motivation for doing that? There must be something that makes you think, I want to have a beer, or I'm going to have a cake instead of a beer because that's like a better option. But
I honestly don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's a habitual thing, definitely from a hangover from like university time, where.
So do you think, because this will lead me on to my next little bit, do you think that the motivation behind it is related to like an emotion, a form of feeling? Like, I used to go out and get drunk, it was brilliant. I used to get pissed, like all my mates were there, we had a really good fun time. Maybe just by going to the shop and having a few beers, it was sort of, I'll get that feeling back a little bit. I feel a little bit tipsy.
Possibly. I like the feeling of being drunk. Yeah. Well, not just a little bit.
The loss of inhibition a little bit.
Yeah, totally. And I think, and I won't. I've experimented with a lot of things.
Okay.
Over my time. I'll just leave it at that. And I think it's a fair point. It's not that I miss the feeling, and it's not that I want to ever go back to that, because I don't.
Yeah.
And perhaps it is just trying to recapture something.
Yeah. I can relate to that definitely, like 100%. As I've spoken to you about, like me and my mates, we'll like from uni, we'll meet up generally once a year for a weekend, and even though we'll send messages before that weekend saying, "Oh, should we keep it a bit more casual this year? We won't get hammered on Friday and Saturday night." And 100% of the time, every time we've met up, we'll get hammered on a Friday and Saturday night. Yeah. And I think it is just that thing that you're back with your mates and you almost kind of regress. You just go, right, I'm back at 21 years old. Yeah. Let's just go get smashed and have a good time. Yeah. And I think that's related to the emotions and the feelings that you've had in the past. And I think that's certainly why I do it, is that I just it takes me back, and I just think, when I look back, those were definitely some of the best years of my life at uni. And so you just you get a little piece of that back for a little short period of time. Yeah, perhaps it is. I've never really thought about it, if I'm honest. Not that deep. Like I said to you when we were reading that, it's going to get deep. It's going to get deep. But I don't think that. I just think that's normal. Normal. And the reason I said that will kind of lead us on to the next thing in terms of self-sabotage is that, although it's so now, obviously we're getting older, our bodies don't do as much as we would like them to do with as much ease as it used to be, let's say. And I, as you know, I've started skiing again. In the last 3 years, I've started playing hockey again. Yeah. And both of those things are things that I've done or did at a younger age, and basically formed the sort of whole part of my childhood, really, in terms of anything outside of school was all sports related. And so that me doing that again is definitely me kind of going, I miss that, and I want to get that feeling back again of being with the lads on a Saturday night, and having that sort of team feeling. And then with the skiing, it's that sort of the self-satisfaction of having a really good run, on a slalom course, and knowing that you kind of nailed everything and did everything right, or that you've progressed from the last time that you tried. Yeah. But I am suffering for it physically. Not mentally, like it's great that I can still do it and I still enjoy it because I don't feel like I've regressed massively to the point where I'm like, I'm really shit at this, I don't want to do it anymore. I still feel like I can perform at a high level, but it ruins me. It not ruins me completely, but like I can't remember the last time that I haven't woken up and my back's been sore.
Right.
In the last 2 weeks I've pulled my Achilles and I've got an injury there, and all of the time I just feel like I ache.
Yeah.
And in my head I'm like, I can justify that because I'm doing things that I still enjoy doing, but also at the same time, as we've talked about in terms of how I've not trained as aggressively for things like triathlon and that sort of, and marathons and those sort of things, is that my mindset is now that I want to do health and fitness to be healthy and fit, not overly broken through doing too much and not trying too hard to do something and that having an effect on me. And at the moment, I'm probably just about balancing things.
Yeah.
But it's knowing where that's going to cross the line, and it's really pissed me off that I've not been able to play the last couple of games of hockey because I probably have pushed myself too hard, or I've not done the things that I know that I should do to make sure I can still do that, and I've just kind of thought, or just forgotten the fact that I'm now 44, nearly 45, and gone to a training session, missed the warm-up and gone straight into sprint intervals, thinking, well, I can do this. And I did do it, but it's now had a massive adverse effect on me that I'm probably going to miss the last 4 or 5 games of the season.
Yeah.
So that is it's almost like a self-sabotage, but it's really hard to break that because my brain's like, I definitely want to still keep playing hockey, and I want to do the skiing, and I want to be able to go out and run, and I want to go to the gym every day and still lift weights. But something's got to give potentially, but it's hard to know what or how to do it because my brain, the endorphins that you get from doing those things make you keep going. It's almost addictive, isn't it? It makes you keep going back to do it. And so it is hard, and I can 100% say that this, I should have at some point over the last year and a half either been to the doctors or got myself on some sort of waiting list for someone to have a look at my back.
Right.
Okay, because I know that as much as I do, and I know from being a sports therapist, the mobility exercises, the stretching and things that I'm doing, it has an effect in that it allows me to keep going, but structurally, I'm pretty sure there's something that's not right, whether I might have a slightly bulging disc or something like that, which I can't physically tell, either with my own, understanding my own body, without having a scan or an x-ray or something like that that's going to say, this is what's going on. But the reason I've not done that is because I don't want to know the answer. until it almost gets to a point where it's going to be too late, and then it will just stop me from doing it. So this is a prime example of me self-sabotaging, is that I haven't made that step to say, I've got a bad back and I need some help. Maybe this is it. Maybe this is right. It's like a confession, a live confession. Next time you'll ask me, have you booked an appointment to see the doctor about your back? And I'll be like, yes, I have, because we used the podcast almost to do it. And it's.
I think it's quite an interesting point that you make, because we hopefully at some point in the future we'll have a lady called on the podcast who has had some health issues. I think we all get to a certain point in our lives where we are either too scared to deal with these things because we don't want to know, or you put it to the back. There's something perhaps not quite right, but you put it aside because life gets in the way and life is busy. But then it creeps up on you, and all of a sudden it's too late. And it impacts your life. Perhaps we'll delve deeper into that at some stage. But it is a thing in the midlife.
Definitely.
And the important thing is to listen to yourself, and not procrastinate and put these things off. Because, joking aside, they could turn into something more serious, and then impact your ability to ski or run or keep yourself fit.
Yeah.
At all.
True. Yeah. I'm just finding the workarounds at the moment.
Stick it on your to-do list, as well as that social media post.
Yes. We'll do that.
Yeah.
So, should we go back to the list and just see if there was... I think we've covered most of it, to be fair.
Donald Trump.
He wasn't on our list. He's definitely... Well, he's past midlife crisis.
He's a
crisis. crisis, isn't
Yeah.
he? He's a one-man crisis. Don't know if we better put that out. Get shut down.
Get shut down by the FBI. I think the important thing really, or the first step, I suppose, with anything, is to recognise it.
Yeah.
And whether you like it or not, admit to yourself that you are doing these things, and that, like I said, I think before we started recording, I said to you, I definitely know that I procrastinate. Although I think I'm quite good at not procrastinating, I definitely still do it. But there's that, with me just saying that,
you're aware.
I'm aware, but I'm also in a little bit of denial, because by me thinking that I am quite good at not procrastinating, I'm probably just lying to myself. Because I know that I definitely catch myself doing it.
Yeah.
Like, whether it's scrolling on your phone or at the minute I'm doing a Rubik's Cube.
Okay.
So Henry's quick. He did it in 2 minutes the other day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It takes me about 4.
Okay.
But you know, I've got this Rubik's Cube on the side, and before I'll just have a see if I can get a quicker time. You know.
Yeah.
Or you know, but whereas when I should be posting something on social media or something like that.
Yeah.
So, but it's being self-aware, I think is important, and then trying to do things to try either break the habit or create new habits, but realising as well that it's not going to happen overnight.
No, that is true. How long have we been going? We'll wrap it up.
Yeah, I think we probably should. I think it's been good.
I know it was a bit last minute to I sort of sprung it on you basically.
Yeah.
You had no idea what we were going to do, and I was like, I think we should do a topic because we haven't got a guest.
I thought we were going to talk about the baking, to be fair.
Right.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, hopefully next time we will have a guest.
Yeah.
But if not, again, we will have a relevant topic for us middle-aged people in the modern day crises. That
I think you'll go through a bit of a midlife crisis with your tash.
Yeah.
Although tashes are coming back into fashion.
Well, that's it. This would come from me being in the gym, and I see a lot of these young lads. They've all got the moustache. And at the Olympics, did you watch any of the Winter Olympics?
No.
A lot of the male athletes
really
with the tash. Yeah. So I thought it must be in fashion. I'll give it a go. I can't grow a beard because it's all patchy when I grow a beard, but my tash is all right, so I've gone with that.
And on that note, the video's cut out.
Oh, there you go. No one can observe my moustache as I talk about it. People will be like, having a squinting to see if it's any good. Done.
Cool.
Beautiful.
See you later.